They're not go live. Yo, what it do, YouTube? We are back with another one like this here off the Plizzane. What's good, my OTP family? How y'all feeling?
Good.
Good.
Pretty good, man. Got some snakes out today, finally.
Yes, sir. That's always a good thing. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I can't see none of my chats right now. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully it pops up. I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. I really don't.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. I see Holly popped in. Nikki popped in. Maybe he had to catch up. I'm not sure. But yeah, man.
Yes.
Everybody
Excited for tonight.
It's gonna be a dope episode once again. I am definitely excited for tonight as well, bro. Like, you know, it's gonna be one of them ones. You know, we definitely got a great guest on. You know, Brandon is running late per usual, but it's all good. It's all good. You know, Brandon's trying to ship out some snakes, so we're gonna let that. You know, that's a good excuse this time. Decent excuse. He can still tap in. He might. We'll see. We never know. Who never know? We never know. Man, I think the people didn't even know that you was on this show as a co-host. Kind of surprised.
What?
When we get into the chat, you'll see what I'm talking about. But before we get into that,
somebody talking that ish already.
not even real ish though. It's more so like, oh damn, man, what? Yeah, so.
All right, I thought it was somebody else. Never mind.
Yeah, nah.
You know.
I didn't want that smoke. But let's go ahead and run this sponsorship video real quick and then we'll get back into it. You did. Shout out to Grey Rider Reptiles, one of the leading share testing brands in this hobby. As well as breeders of the ball python community, they have numerous tests ranging from the elevated one to most like Sunset and are growing every day. If you're wanting to find out the genetics of your ball python, just send it in to Grey Rider Reptiles and they'll take care of you. Their website is www.sharetesting.com. Let them know that I sent you. Hey man, shout out to the unofficial sponsor of the channel, K Joseph. Rising B-list celebrity in this hobby, KG got that all-around great knowledge, and he's also a great guy. If y'all aren't in the Patreon, it's a problem. And as always, it ain't a project unless you put a bomb in it. Oh yeah, and make sure you send the link. Shout out to BNS Reptilia, distributor of coconut substrate The Chipper and their premium coconut substrate Cocoa to Go. BNS prides themselves on immaculate customer service and always putting their customers first. You can reach BNS Reptilia on Instagram for your substrate needs. Tell them that I referred you. And once again, thank you for being a sponsor, BNS. We appreciate you. Ricola. Yo.
Hey man, Holly, I apologize. My kid needed me.
Oh no, you good. Oh, talking about the chat. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into that chat real quick. Man, you got me?
Yeah.
Why you
I'm sorry. I was taken back because I seen you still ain't fixed that shit, and I'm like,
wait, what I didn't fix?
That one
logo. On the logo?
Oh, shit. You're trying to woos on right now.
My bad. I gotta go back and edit. I was doing some editing today. Yeah, just remind me again and I'll fix it. What up, bro?
I can see your eye twitching from here.
Yeah, that's crazy. She already out to get me, bro. She already out to get me, bro.
Tim.
What? Tim? Yeah. I haven't even seen Tim. Tim hasn't even been logged in with us in a minute, bro.
That's because he's on TikTok 24/7.
Yo,
Yeah,
what up, Shauna?
He's been occupied with the Golden Girls.
Did he run with that? Did he run with the name? He needs to. What's good, Python Prince? Appreciate you coming in, tapping
What up?
in.
What
You
up?
know?
You've been calling them the Golden Girls, so I've just been rolling with it.
Yeah, Tim and the Golden Girls. What's
Jeez.
good, Keys? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Who got?
Sorry, guys, I'm slow.
Yeah, you might be a little slow today. I don't know what's going on. Holly definitely. Yeah, Holly definitely on your head, Brian. What's good, Holly?
That was
Hey,
funny.
y'all. I hear it in her
Hi,
voice. What's good,
Nikki.
Nikki? I just want y'all to know we got this channel is 5 more subscribers away from 500. I need 5 more, man.
5. What's
5 more.
up?
5. What's good?
What's up? 319. What's
Oh,
up?
Carter's
That's a new
Calls.
name.
That's a new name, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen
What's
that one yet.
good?
What up? Thanks for tapping in.
Craig bringing them out tonight.
Yeah. It's gonna
Here
be
to
a
see
good show.
Craig. Here to see Craig.
Me
Just had me
too.
laughing backstage, Holly, by the way.
I apologize. My kid needed me. He was stuck in the mud.
It's all good though, man. But without further ado, let's go ahead and bring out this man. He's one of the. I appreciate you, Carter. I appreciate you. He's one of the. What's the word I'm looking for? The most genuine dudes. Definitely a good soul. When I first met him, I didn't know that he was gonna be like 6'5", a giant. You know what I'm saying? He's out here. He's out here. He's big, like a big teddy bear, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He gives the warmest hugs. He's a real dope dude, bro. Like, has a lot of knowledge when it comes to this game. You know what I'm saying? I think he's kind of he got in around the time I did, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll get all that information. Without further ado, y'all welcome to the stage, Mr. Craig of Bash Coder Reptiles.
Hey guys,
Good
How you
evening.
feeling, brother?
feeling good.
All right. I'm glad to
Ready.
have you here, man. I'm glad to
Thanks
have
for
you here.
having me.
For sure. Anytime, bro. Anytime. So, how we like to do it here, Craig, we're going to go ahead and let the people that, if they're first time meeting you or seeing you or just getting info on you or even the replay game, let them know who you are, what you do, how long you've been in this thing, and we'll keep it going from there.
Yeah, man. I'm Craig from Bash Coder Reptiles. I've been doing this since about 2020 or 2019, actually, and have a bunch of ball pythons, other kind of pythons, short tails, bloods, carpet pythons, boas. So just trying to learn everything I can, make a few videos here and there, and try to share from my mistakes, try to share some knowledge from the stuff I've done wrong, try to keep other people from making the same mistakes I make.
That's real.
And yeah,
Definitely
happy to be
appreciate
on
you.
here.
Yeah, man, definitely appreciate you. I think you definitely brought some people out tonight, man. I definitely appreciate that. A lot of people have nothing but good things to say about you, and that's always a great thing. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you try to like judge someone's character or anything, even if somebody never met you before. But I know that like anybody that they run into that know you will always have good things to say. You know what I'm saying? And that's dope. I definitely
Well,
appreciate
it's
that.
good hearing that. I appreciate that.
No,
Yeah.
for sure. So I
can echo
know,
that.
yeah, facts. I know a lot of people. You already know we got to get into the before we get into the reptile side of things. Oh,
Yeah.
we can break it up. We can talk about the reptile side, and we can kind of talk about the whole, the social media, the cameras, and all that extra stuff. The media
Because,
side.
man, that camera is crispy.
I can see sweat coming off your face.
That is really crisp.
I'll just do this here.
So
We'll just keep it.
there you go. There you go. Gotta tap a little, tap it a little bit. But I know you said you work with ball python. So let's start off with start with that first. Because I know Bannon got some questions you want to ask you about the other species because she's been itching to get some info about. But what as far as ball python, what morphs and what genes are you currently working with?
I think my favorites right now are I'm working on a project with Ultramel, Hypo, and Krypton, Cryptic and Clown. And I'm really into that project a lot. I like all the variable things you can create with that. Working with Krypton, you get into the clowns or the cryptics. I'm working on freeway clown pieds which is a pretty fun project, and that splits off into super asphalt clown pieds, which is kind of my big goal. I can't hit them this year, but I can hit some super asphalt pieds this year, I think, or next year. So got some Dreamsicle stuff, got some DG Hypo stuff, and probably and a lot of pied stuff, like way too much pied stuff. So
way too much vibe.
that's
If you
really went into
if you had the I mean to cut you short. If you had to get rid of a specific like recessive genetic out of all the ones you're working with, what would that be?
That's a good one. I have G stripe in one animal, and I haven't really been working it. I like it, and I think it's really cool, but I haven't been working it, so I'd probably get rid of that one. But that's sort of cheating. If I had something I was working with that I didn't want to work with anymore, maybe Xanthic, because I've got a lightning pied project, but I'm not quite as passionate about that project as some of the others.
I got you.
Makes
sense.
It's understandable.
Yeah, I think like that's a good question because like it makes you think like, damn, what project am I really not working with the most, or really not as passionate about as I am?
That's a good question.
Yeah, like that's a question for the chat too. Think about that. What project that you currently have are you not as passionate about compared to the others? Might help narrow down some things, man. You never know.
What if we don't have an answer to that? Because we
Or what gene,
what we bought.
or what gene in general. Like it doesn't necessarily just gotta be recessive. It can be anything.
Is there a ghost in here?
Oh yeah, I'm driving back home.
What's up, Brandon?
I get that a lot because what you just said, because there was a project that I was into that I liked, but I didn't love it. So I ended up making a deal with somebody, and that's how I got into chondros.
Gotcha. Makes sense. So, what do you see yourself 5 to 10 years with those specific combos that you are passionate about right now? Like, what's the end goal for some of those clown pods? Like, I know you said the asphalt and the freeway clown pods, but what are the other stuff? What are those end goals?
So right now I'm in the phase of trying to do double and add in triples. And then what I want to be able to do for the recessives, what I want to be able to do is kind of work them into each other. So I want to have less of a mindset about my project here and my project here and my project here, and just have more of a mindset about my collection. And so that's what I'm trying to head towards over the next 5 years. I want to be, some of these species are not as fast to reproductive age as ball pythons, right? And so I hope to be breeding boas in the next couple years. It takes a while for them to get up to size. I've done my first pairings for short tails, but I definitely want to stay a little bit diversified. I want to have something on my table for everybody, and I definitely want to be able to get into shows that maybe just a ball python person couldn't get into, because I've got, it's tough to get into these shows these days, y'all. It's tough,
Yeah.
If you're just a ball python breeder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta have variation. I agree. That sounds good. So when it comes to bloods and short tails, the same thing as the blood, right? Blood pythons. How do they? Go ahead.
No, there's sort of bloods are sort of a subset of short tails, but yes.
Isn't that a locality thing?
Sort of.
Gotcha.
They're kind of all. When you work with them, you kind of wonder, why are these separate than these? But they're all under short tail, but they're classed differently. So a blood python will be Python brongersmi, but there are lots of short tail pythons like Borneos that are not part of Python brongersmi. So they're just classified different, but they're all very, very similar. Their husbandry is the same. All their care and feeding is the same. You know, the handling is the same.
Are they can they breed with each other? I'm assuming yes.
You can. It's just not really done. Like
Right.
it's not really done to take a Sumatran short tail, for example, and which is Python Curtis, and breed that to a Python brongersmi. I don't know of anyone who's kind of pursuing those kind of things, or
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't
or
make a lot of
breeding.
sense, I don't think.
Yeah, and they're sub almost like morphs, but not really. They're sub groups of Sumatran shorttails. There's a pumpkin pie looking one, you know. There's one that's completely black all the way, and there's ones that are black with a chrome head. And so I think even within those, I don't think people breed outside of those for those locality pythons.
That's interesting.
I always wondered that.
But with blood pythons, with Python brongersmi, it's morphs and anything goes with those.
See, I have one blood. That's it.
Cool.
Yep, I love it.
How big is it?
Body.
What,
probably about as round as a softball now. Maybe about 3.5, 4 foot long.
Cool.
What up, Pat? What morphs? Or you said it's morphs for bloods, right?
Yeah. So there's Matrix and Batik, and then different combos have names, you know, like 007 and GoldenEye and things like that. It's a pretty cool looking morphs.
Yeah, I've seen some of the morphs. Are pretty wild.
What's the are they docile?
You know, they get a bad rap because I think they're very kind of intimidating. Their heads are huge and their muscles are very strong. They're really chonky animals, you know. And I have not got bit by one yet, except for maybe a hatchling. But I'm not looking forward to it. But I just kind of figured out how to handle them. They huff a lot, and so they let you know when it's coming. You know.
Gotcha.
So it's easy. It's easy to avoid. In my experience with them over the past few years, it's very easy to avoid getting bit.
Okay. So they don't cock back like how ball pythons cock back, pretty much, to kind of.
No, they're like
gotcha.
They're like the gaboon vipers of the python world. You know, there's opportunistic feeders. Yeah, they just sit there and you don't know. They don't like have to get back, and you know they just boom.
Yeah, see, that's
See,
like the
to be fair, mine's only bit me once, but it was when it was a lot smaller, a lot smaller. Now I can go pick her up anytime I want.
So when
I tap her on the head first with a hook.
That's what I was about. That's what I was about to ask. When it comes to picking them up, is it just a go and grab, or is it more of a hey, I'm here?
Yeah, that's what I do. It's like tap training, you know. I give them a little pat on their back, and then I just come in underneath and grab them with two hands. And they're very girthy, you know, so you don't want to leave them unsupported. So you kind of have to carry them like this.
Yeah, that's like my boa.
Very heavy bodies.
Yep.
My adult boa, my female boa, she's like that. She's real thick. That paws thick now, but she you gotta hold her like you know they're strong too, man. The it's all muscle. When you think about it,
it really is.
All muscle. All muscle. Let me see who else popped in. There's a lot of people popping in. Look, there he go. That's what she said.
There he is.
All right, Dylan.
That's the Burn King.
The Burn King himself. Would you ever get what's the biggest species of snake that you currently have? Boas, right?
Yeah, except for some of these bloods are bigger than some of my boas.
Damn.
I'll get one if you want to see one.
Yeah, they get big.
Yeah, for sure.
Grab one.
Yeah.
I told you, mine's not even close to being full grown yet.
For real?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, a couple of years of growth on that
Interesting.
one still.
Craig got that facility set up. Like we look like we in a facility, the big old facility. Oh wow.
Oh, I got the T. Is that T
That is a
positive?
beautiful
Yeah.
that is a beautiful snake.
See if I can get my camera to focus on me again. Maybe not.
There it is.
There it
There it
is.
went.
Okay, oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Oh my god.
So this
That
is a
beautiful
this is a
snake.
big fella. He's not my
That's a
biggest,
boy?
but he's yeah,
God damn.
it's pretty
I thought it was a
crazy.
female. Wow.
He's a big boy.
So what genes or traits is that?
I always forget. I think this is T negative actually.
Okay.
Okay.
I've got a T
That is a
positive.
beautiful.
I get them mixed up all the time though because I'm old.
Yeah, I might end up getting.
That
I
thing
might
is
end up getting into
massive.
those.
What's up,
I like
Adrian?
that, bro. I might end up getting into that, bro. That's dope.
It is really great. It is really great, and they're fun to hold. You know, one of the nice things is you don't have to clean their cage very often because they'll go months without pooping. But
Yeah.
when they
Oh.
do, it's
Great.
good lord,
Backed up. It's back
wreckage,
up. Back.
wreckage. Yeah,
What up, Kurt? Let me.
You would think a cane Corso went inside of there.
yeah.
Oh my God! Are you serious?
Aren't they something?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. That snake is dope, bro. Yeah, that's cool. I've held a blood python before. The first reptile show that I went to, the first Repticon, I've held a blood python. It looks similar to that, but it's more red. It's like
Yeah, Craig
let me see,
definitely has the cool stuff.
I'll see if I can find a picture of it though. What's good, Benji?
ING.
Craig, Dylan says he's got a big female for you.
Cool.
What's good? What's good?
He just fully unsold me on Bloods.
Oh shit! Because of the shit, the mat.
Oh my god. It's not my cup of tea either.
Here's this is called a batrix. It's a mix of a batik and a matrix.
Good
A
gosh.
monsoon. It's a monsoon.
Right? It's a granite, just like monsoon is a granite type gene, and so is matrix.
Hold up.
That is
Do you
dope.
work
They
with
said
BCOs?
I do not have any BCOs.
Don't ask me what that is.
BCO. What does BCO stand for?
Boa constrictor occidentalis, I think. I forget how to say that last.
Okay.
Is that the opposite of BCI?
No, it's they're known as Argentine boas.
Oh,
Oh,
They're known as Argentine boas, and I don't have any of those.
okay. Yeah, BCO, BCI, BCC.
Yep.
I know I can't keep up.
Too much. Somebody in chat gonna say some crazy shit. I can already see it. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bones. Yeah, Python Prince said you unsold him on Bloods due to the shits, the massive shits.
Yeah. Oh man, it's like,
Ain't about it.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that's crazy, bro. I can believe it.
but
Though.
it's only every 3 months, so you got a chance. You got a choice between constantly going in there and dealing with it, and constantly cleaning their cage, or just cleaning it once a quarter. You know, so it's give and take.
Yeah, that's I don't know. I mean, I like them though. I just feel like the only thing is I think I would just have to really of course with every species, I'll get more information on them. But I like them. I think I can definitely get into
Yeah,
that.
my favorite.
Yeah, I might get into that. I like that.
Yeah, I have a Sanzinia.
Tanzania, that's a
Sanzinia
blood
male.
bowl too. That's a blood bowl.
No,
too?
that's a Madagascar tree boa,
Okay.
Yeah, Eastern or Western?
Western.
My bucket animals in Eastern.
Yeah, they're really great.
Yeah,
They're green.
very green.
That's Brian's forte. He loves those damn tree pythons, huh?
What's not to like about them?
So
Hey,
what got
they
you
do-
into, Brian? What got you into the green trees?
I've been thinking about it actually for a couple years, and I just never really had the right opportunity. So I took basically about 2 years just learning little bits and pieces, talking to a few people here and there,
I think
and
what
then
drew him in was the tail wiggle.
Yeah,
the
the little
tail
tail
the
wiggle.
tail
Come on.
wiggle.
I got it for you. Come on.
But
That's
the right
crazy.
opportunity popped up, so I jumped on it, and then I got a couple more after that.
Oh yeah, those are
That's the
crazy,
way to
bro.
do it. Networking,
Yeah,
connections.
for sure.
That's how
Yep.
you do shit.
If you Craig, huh?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. What you was about to ask?
No, just go ahead.
Okay, I was about to ask you. If you had an unlimited supply, well, let's say if you had a free $20,000, right? What would be your dream species to get into? If you haven't already gotten into it already.
I'd have to say Bolins. That'd get you into a pair of Bolins. That would be
Bones,
pretty
yeah.
great.
I think a lot of people, everybody's been talking about
Yep.
bones is like, is that like the top of the food chain for like snakes when it comes to like, what everybody talks
Believes.
about?
I think it's the top of the food chain for snake keepers
Yeah.
That's
because
what I mean. That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
they're hard to breed, in
Yeah.
captivity. And there's some people now who just say they're just figuring it out. And so for the longest time, the only ones you could ever get were wild caught. Now we're starting to see folks that are, able to reproduce them in captivity, which is what I would
That's
prefer
amazing.
to have. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I wouldn't want to
interesting.
pay 10 grand for a wild caught
Wow,
animal.
that
I don't
is-
like wild caught animals to
think-
begin
I
with,
mean,
just the conservation of it.
For 10 grand,
Yeah.
couldn't you figure it out on your own?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm just saying,
It's crazy. Okay. Bone pythons.
It's a small club,
Yeah.
Yeah.
people that breed them and know what they're doing.
What's good, Jared? That's an interesting thing. I don't know that many people like bones like that. So let's talk a little bit more about. Let's get it a little bit to when we talk about the equipment. So what got you into the whole? First and foremost, because I think I stumbled upon your Instagram out of the blue one day, and that's how I kind of like. And I started seeing your videos, and then it just became it was catchy, and then I liked how you did the, especially when you was walking outside and you would do the videos outside and all that extra. So, what's your inspiration behind the videos and the stuff that you do, like the whole process?
Yeah, I've flailed around for a while and just sort of tried different things until I found something that was working for me consistently that I was happy with. But I tried some different things. I mean, I used to do these pretend questions,
I remember that.
I would pretend some big breeder had emailed me some basic question, like Billy sending me an email with a basic question, which it was fun because that would never happen. Right. So it's like, I did some of that. I did some product reviews. I did different sort of informational things. And I've tried a bunch of things. What I've really kind of locked in on is 90 seconds, a 90-second reel, trying to take someone from the start to finish through a particular issue. And something that is either a mistake I see a lot of people make, something that I think a lot of people are asking me. And I just sort of hone in on individual topics like that and try to talk about it in 90 seconds. When I was walking around, I like that too, kind of vlogging style, right? And the first one I did on that was about thinking in 3D and about how we get boxed in our projects so that we miss opportunities in our collection. But honestly, what really started getting me going was sort of getting pissed off about seeing some people getting hurt financially in the hobby, and that some people taking advantage of other people. And it started just really getting me pissed off that people were getting hurt in this thing that's supposed to be fun. Right.
Yeah.
And so that's really what got me into my newer thing with 90 seconds on a particular topic, because some of them were just really bothering me. And I don't really present things like a what's my beef kind of thing, but I'm trying to address something underneath it that sort of bothers me. And so when what's this? I mean, in the least creepy way possible.
Your voice is meant for the radio.
Meant for radio. Yeah, and I feel very uncomfortable tonight because my voice is half gone because I've been sick for a week. But the yeah, it's really a I think once you hone in on what drives you, then making content gets a lot easier. And that's what it was for me. It was once I figured out there was something to motivate me and drive me, like maybe the content might make a difference to somebody. That's when I started. It started to really work for me.
Gotcha.
That's something I've always struggled with. Even I have, because obviously I haven't even started yet. So it's like I have like reels and reels of videos that I've tried to make, and it's like I can't do this, man. I'm too uncomfortable doing it.
Mm. Yeah,
So,
and
I guess my question would be like, how do you get over that hump?
Yeah, practice, getting reps. That's what does it. And so sometimes I mean, you're getting on lives though, right?
Yeah.
So that's like one of the things I tell people to do is to have fun and get on some lives, and it starts to make it feel a lot less I don't know, like there's a lot less at stake because you just have reps in. And then, you get on a few lives, get on a few of these, a few hair downs, and you're like, I got this, you can figure it out.
That makes sense. It makes it a lot easier. Like you said, practice and repetition.
And with reels, the cool thing is nobody has to see your bad stuff. So, you could try and try and try and try, and then finally hit something, and that's the one you post. I mean, that's sort of Instagram in a nutshell. Instagram always tends to show us, our best life, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's true
the highlights
for content. Yep.
Yeah.
I take a lot of snake pictures, and I only post the ones that are, they're still in the presentable.
Yeah, for sure.
The nice pictures.
Yeah, I bet all our camera rolls are filled with snake pictures.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
no doubt.
Do you take your like your pictures and you just use your phone mainly? Just your phone mainly?
So when I started, that's what I did. I used my phone, and that's a great place to start.
What's good, Charlie?
And a lot of people, what's up, Charlie? A lot of people will get kind of find that the phone is enough for what they want to do. And I started doing that. The problem with phones is, this camera is a sucky camera.
Yeah.
And you want to film yourself, you got to look at a sucky camera so that you can see yourself in the viewer, right?
Yeah.
This is the great camera. But if I shoot with this, I don't know if I'm framed right. So that's a lot of the trial and error is, doing this and seeing if it actually was in frame. you finally get the words right, and then you look at it to see if your face is framed.
Yeah.
So I moved on from that to using this, which is a Pocket 3 from Osmo, if you can see it. It's a little, it's not going to focus on it.
There it is.
There it is.
And we get the gist of it.
Yeah.
So this has a head that moves around.
It follows you?
Yeah. So it's got a gimbal built into it.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
So, and then you can turn it around. Like here, I'm turning the head around right now, the camera, with this thumb thing. See?
Yeah, that's dope.
And so this is, and you can do it this way, or you can do it this way. for social media content. And this is what I like a lot for that stuff now. But for this kind of shot, I use a mirrorless camera or like a DSLR. And so that's a big camera that's dedicated camera, doesn't do anything else. And that's what I use for this setup. And a lot of my reels are this setup, you know?
Okay.
That's
So
a
if you
nice
had the
setup.
record, yeah, it is. It's awesome, bro. Like you had one of the
So you
nicest
know what?
setups in the
I
game.
think I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm not doing so bad to my camera. And then we have Craig on. I'm like, man, fuck this camera.
Oh, come on. No. It's not
do you
that.
use do you use any special settings on your camera?
Yeah, on this camera here, I shoot in 24 frames per second, which makes it look a little bit more like film, right? I use a 32 millimeter prime lens. I stop down the light a lot so that this room is actually really bright, and I stop down the light to give it this dark look back there. And then I replace the light with these two lights that are right here that I can touch. And so these two lights replace the light that I got rid of back there.
Oh,
So it's
Okay.
really kind of bright in here, but it doesn't look bright because you know, I've got all the light up here separating the background.
yeah,
That's
I think
wild.
we all. I know we
So
all
it's
gonna
just
need that.
tricks. It's just lighting tricks.
Yeah, it's just a trick.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's pretty wild.
So where did you learn how to do all of those? Like to do all of that, like the adjusting of the lights and all that extra.
Just messing
So-
around. You know,
Okay.
I grew up in the music business, so I was around film people a lot, and I'd hear things and try things. But honestly, like this setup, I just experimented until I liked it.
Okay,
You know,
that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Do you have any
So what-
tutorials? Do you have any tutorials of that on YouTube or on IG or anything?
on
like that?
IG, I have a few little things. I'm working on a reel right now that explains this look because everybody asked me about it, right? So I'm working on a reel that explains this look. And to do that in 90 seconds is kind of tough. So it's a good challenge. But I've done one on microphones. So I've done one on this microphone here, the Rode Procaster, and Shure SM7B. So you can find those on my Instagram reels.
Are they condenser mics?
These are both dynamic mics. The Shure
Okay.
SM7B and the Procaster are both dynamic microphones.
What's the difference?
Well, these are not very sensitive. So, in other words, you can't hear my incubator. You can't hear the grandson running upstairs. But if I had a condenser mic, you'd hear all that. You'd hear my incubator, you'd hear the air conditioning, you'd hear all that. And this is designed to sound good up close.
Okay, I got a condenser mic, so I might need to change that one.
Yeah, it just depends, you know. Sometimes condensers are great, but condensers are really great when you have a controlled environment, like a recording studio.
Right.
They're awesome if you have a recording studio because they get every detail of the sound, right?
Yeah.
But this is what a radio announcer would use.
Okay.
Dylan had a question for you. It was
What's
in
that?
the chat. There it is.
What was my main focus? Making records. I was a recording engineer, a record producer. So worked in Nashville doing that for 10 years, made about 35 or maybe 40, somewhere in there, records during that period of time. And I'd had full career, I felt like, at the end of that. Didn't want to keep doing it for the rest of my life. And my ears were starting to go and, you know, starting to lose some of their sensitivity. And I got into the internet. That was right about the time the internet really hit. And like originally, like mid 90s. And so I started an internet company after that, and that led me the rest of the way.
Did you play instruments? You played any instruments, or you just...
Yeah, I played drums, I played guitar, some keyboards, and I still do. I've got a music set up down here, and I do some electronic stuff, little hip hop, stuff like that.
Nice.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to lay a track. We're gonna have to go over there and lay a track with Craig.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
We have
man.
to hop on a track with Craig.
Where are you staying nowadays?
I live outside of Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh yeah, you down the street. Oh yeah, we about to go lay a track with Craig.
I
Let's
lived in
go.
Alabama for 1 year. I lived in Daphne, Alabama.
Oh yeah, that's a nice town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Huntsville for school, so I was out there for like 6 years.
It was nice
Out
being
there
on
for
the
6
bay.
years. I enjoyed it. Alabama
That's
is
cool,
different, bro.
Dylan.
So where are you now? You said you in whatever you at now, right? You said you're outside
Yep.
of Birmingham. Okay.
Yep, that's right.
And you was in Nashville and all that before, right?
Yep.
Would you prefer? What would you prefer to be at now? Like Birmingham out there in Alabama, or would you prefer Tennessee?
It's a tough call. I really love both places. But I think Birmingham might be a little more livable now than Nashville. It's kind of tough to get around in Nashville right now. There's a lot of traffic and stuff like that. It's totally changed. Well, I moved down here 15 years ago, and Nashville is a different town now than it was then.
Gotcha. That's different.
Feel that.
Yeah, I gotta find a place to retire. Florida's not gonna be it.
No retics. They don't allow retics.
Anywhere you're allowed to have a scrub, you're allowed.
That's pretty much.
Yeah.
That's one of my
Like
bucket animals
scrubs.
also.
Well, scrub python.
Yeah.
You like scrub pythons, Craig?
I love them. I don't have any. I mean, I have their cousins. You know, they're all part of
right?
Morelia. Yeah, they're all part of the carpet family, Morelia, and they're all from the same area on the planet. And I do have some carpet pythons,
Nice.
and some.
What kind are
similar-
they?
I
Are
have
they the
jungle.
jungles?
Yeah, I have jungles. You want to see one?
Sure.
Yeah, that's always want to see the snakes for sure.
Yeah, I'm about to say you don't never have to ask us if we want to see this.
It's like, hey, I'm gonna go grab one.
There you go.
That's just lighting trickery, man. That's wild.
It
That's
is.
crazy.
This comment is for you, Brian, but just ignore that because that's way too cool.
Pacific Northwest. I don't know, man. It's very green up there.
But he said, look what he said.
Yeah,
Yo,
he said that.
And they got the salmon runs up there too.
Oh wow,
That's beautiful.
Holy shit.
that's dope.
Y'all see the same colors I see?
Yeah. That's wild.
Oh, I was like, what the hell happened?
Oh yeah.
I don't care.
How
I
did
could
you
probably
do that?
bring my pews there.
How did
Look at
you
the
just? How did you just do that without having to go to a whole different?
It's a switch. He's told us about it before.
Yeah, it's a video switcher that allows me to go to the snake cam.
What you use for your snake cam?
This thing is gorgeous. Look at it.
Look at the color, bro. Like,
That's
Yeah, that's crazy.
black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
You know what it is.
what camera do you use for the snake cam?
It is a Canon M200.
Okay.
So
you have like a mixing board in front of you with pads
I do.
that you can do different things. Does your microphone also hook into that for you to be able to do your levels?
No, I do that separately. I just have a microphone going into an audio interface, and then it goes into a compressor first, and then it goes into an audio interface, and then it goes into the computer, and then the video goes in the computer via this switcher, which I can't really show you unless I could log in via StreamYard and show you what it looks like. But it's
Nah, I don't need to go through
it's
all that.
called
Nah, you good.
it's Blackmagic Design ATEM Mini Pro, ATEM.
Whenever you get off, just take a picture and send that to me. That's pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause I
man.
think all of us are looking to upgrade at some point soon.
Yeah, and you can do fun stuff with it, like that.
Oh shit, that was smooth.
You
That
know,
was smooth.
there's all sorts of little stuff you can do that's pretty fun.
But it's the fact
That's
that you're
cool.
doing that on StreamYard on somebody else's platform is what makes it look so dope.
It's
Yeah.
You gotta step
Yeah, it
out.
was hard
You
to
gotta step
figure it
out game
out.
up. You gotta step out game up.
I just decided when I started doing this, you were talking about reels. About that same time, I decided, that I really, I've been on Hair Down a few times with Keys, and he was kind of helping me cut my teeth doing lives. And man, I just decided that hosting and being a guest and doing this kind of content was going to be strategic for my business.
Yeah.
And so once I decided that, then it was just about, well, how deep do I go? and how can I make it the best product I can make it?
Yeah, like you jumped off the deep end with this because this is crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
roughly in a ballpark frame, someone who doesn't know anything about lighting and audio and all that type of stuff, what is something that you could suggest or that you could build them in like an Amazon cart? Different things. Like I know you got the ring light, camera, that type of stuff. What's something you can do to enhance that? Because I know a lot of us have just the basics. What could you tell us to introduce into our setups to enhance our setups a bit?
Oh, one thing I would suggest is join my Instagram group called the AV Club, and
Yes, sir.
DJ's in there,
Yeah.
and that is you just send me a DM on Instagram, and I'll add you to the group. We talk about this stuff all the time. I think it starts with a good camera. Right now, the one I'm recommending for people is about $700. If you want to get serious with this, the cameras are kind of expensive, but that's the best price performance I can find, and that's about $750, I think, for a D50 or an R50, a Canon R50. That's what I would suggest, because that's got interchangeable lenses. It puts you in a modern platform. If you want to start doing video stuff, you can do video stuff. If you just keep it as a webcam, it's an expensive webcam, but you can do a lot more with it. You can take amazing photos of your animals with it. There's a lot of great stuff you can do with a great camera. And I just think we're in a media age,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
rightly or wrongly, fairly or unfairly, that's how we sell our products, and that's how we communicate is through media. So I think a good camera is a great place to start. Obviously, to start, actually, your phone. Do stuff on your phone.
iPhone
But
doesn't let you. They don't let you edit your settings and all that type of stuff. So
right. So here's what I do. I use the Blackmagic camera app. There's a new version of it now. If you've got an iPhone 16, they've got the camera button on the side, now the camera control button, and you can move it with your finger. You can push it in, and that controls a lot of settings on the Blackmagic camera. So I suggest, and it's on Android too, the Blackmagic camera app. I suggest that to everybody. It's a great app.
Downloading it now.
Yeah,
Dylan is not playing. Dylan,
He's on this
he's on
tonight.
it. He's on it. I love it.
Hey, Groupon's got him for $649.
49. Dylan is not playing with y'all. Black
So
Magic.
right now I have a Sony MDX. You heard about those? I think it's MDX 80 or 85.
Sony MDX.
Yes.
Black Fast Down behind
I have one of those, and my son has a Canon.
Nah, bro, we appreciate it, bro.
Canon though.
Oh, yeah,
and this
definitely.
is like $400. It doesn't have the lens that you can actually take off.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, send me a link to it, and I'll look at it and see if it can. You want one of two things. You want to be able to connect a USB to it so that you can get camera from the USB. That's why I like Canon cameras. Or you want to be able to maybe take the HDMI video out and connect it to a capture card or a capture dongle, like Streamlink. I'm trying to think of. I can't think of the name of it right now. But there's little things you can get that'll turn video into digital and put it right into your computer. So as long as it has clean HDMI out. Now, a lot of these cameras, they say they've got an HDMI out on them, but if you connect it and actually look at it, all you can get out of it is the viewfinder from your camera. So it's got all these lines everywhere and focus bars in the middle, and you don't want that. You want to be able to get a clean HDMI output from your camera so that you can use it as a webcam.
Gotcha.
If you get a nice camera and you get a decent shallow focal depth, the stuff in the background looks blurry, right?
Right.
So iPhones have to fake it to get a blurry background. You know, they do the fake blurry, but they do it pretty well. So what this does is when it focuses near, the background is blurry. But now you can see the background is sharp, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And the mic is blurry.
Yeah.
So getting that depth of field is a really cool look. It's not necessary or anything. It's just cool.
Yeah, it's a vibe. I think you get a lot of attention from that too.
Maybe
A clean setup
when you're
makes it
starting out-
easy to watch.
Yeah.
that's true.
For sure.
If people even watch me, then it must be good.
So they
Here's what I
say,
always say. Better
So,
gear means you don't have to have as much talent.
DSLR or mirrorless?
Mirrorless.
I think that's pretty much the popular opinion.
I think the reason is because that's where things are going. That's where the tech is going. It's all going mirrorless. So it's not the same as ball pythons, but it's sort of the same. I mean, you kind of want to go with what's current. You don't, and where the tech is going, so you can get parts for it, and you can get lenses for it, and all that kind of stuff.
what up, James?
It's great because mirrorless are great at recording video, and
Yeah.
the mirrorless cameras have just taken it up a notch on video over the older DSLR cameras.
Hmm.
I'm going to start
So
looking
we
into that.
So I need to look for a mirrorless camera. So you would suggest looking for mirrorless when you're doing, like, let's say if we're doing like vlogs, or not even vlogs, but let's say we're recording and we're doing like egg cutting videos on YouTube, and we're recording, like, in the egg box and stuff like that. You would say get a mirrorless camera to do that. Would it look better? Would it pick up the colors better, or it doesn't really not matter?
It's less of an issue for those kind of videos, honestly. You can use your phone. You can get a gimbal for your phone, so it keeps it steady. You can get a tripod for your phone,
Okay.
or you can use one of these.
Yeah.
But if you want to do it live, that's the challenge. So now I have this M200 is a small mirrorless camera that I use for my snake cam, and it will work. But you don't need a whole separate camera just for a snake cam. I just had an extra one because we were using them as webcams in my other company. So,
Gotcha.
so I had one extra.
Damn, he said one extra. I was about to be like, damn, you got some more for sale, Greg?
Oh, yeah. Well, it wasn't extra when I bought it, but when I lost the employee, I no longer needed their camera.
Yeah, that's real. I get it. I feel you on that. What's good, Santos?
What's up, Santos?
That's dope. So what would be next for you as far as setup, or you just pretty much got your setup down pat?
I would say you don't need fancy lights. I have fancy lights. You don't have to have fancy lights. A ring light would do great, and is that what you got, Banner, there? A ring light? Yep, and it's working great. And this microphone is
like
under $300.
5,000 luminance shop light somewhere over there.
And you can get an audio interface for $150. A mic and an audio interface will just do wonders.
So if I got an audio interface, would I more so need to get what the mic? A dynamic mic, or does it not really matter if I have a condenser mic already?
It depends. It depends on the mic.
Depends on the mic. Okay.
Is that audio interface a piece of something?
It's a box
Like
that
a
you
little box,
plug your
right?
microphone into, and then you plug the box into your computer, and it turns the audio into digital.
Gotcha.
And so then it captures your audio from that. A good one is a Focus Scarlett, as long as it's a recent gen, a Focusrite Scarlett. Duo would be a good one, 2 channels.
What you got, Brandon?
I got Behringer. I got a Behringer and an M Audio.
Yep, those will work too.
But with this, it's best if I use the 3-prong microphone. So what type of microphone has the 3-prong? Or does that not matter?
Yeah, all the ones I'm suggesting, like this one, an SM7B, or this one, the Rode Procaster, or any of the other streaming microphones out there, they have a 3-prong connector. That's called XLR, X left right. So so this has, I can't really show it, but this has an XLR cable plugged into it at the bottom.
I got one in the corner.
Yep.
And okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So so these kind of things we talk about on our AV club. Folks can ask questions, and sometimes we send out links for products that we recommend, and it's good. But understand, it's like with snakes. It's easy to spend other people's money. So, don't hear me saying that you got to go out and, sell a car to buy your audio visual stuff. That's not it. And, don't hurt your finances buying into all this gear, because at the end of the day, it's what you're saying that's the most important.
Yeah. The message.
And it's the content.
What program do you use for that? Because when I was doing recording and studio stuff, I was using Pro Tools. So is there a different program that you use?
I use Pro Tools. I use for the music stuff, for just audio. For video stuff, I use DaVinci Resolve. It's a free program. There's a free version of it. And it works great with the Blackmagic camera app, because it's from the same company. So you can take videos on your phone with the Blackmagic camera app and dump it into DaVinci Resolve, and there's tons of YouTube videos available to teach you how to use it. It's a long, hard slog. There's also CapCut and Canva and stuff like that. So there's a lot of great video editing tools out there.
Yeah, Brian is the king of CapCut right now.
Hey, Brian.
Awesome.
You can't tell.
You
can't tell, Brian.
Listen, that app is just fun.
Yeah.
Nikki
Nikki uses it a lot.
It's just fun.
Nothing. That's different.
Yep.
So some people, I know, they were asking, so are you currently pairing and doing any breeding this season already?
Yes.
I was about to say, let's get back to talking snakes.
Yeah. So I see Jared had asked how was everybody's season going. So.
Yeah.
Slow.
Yeah, I've got some pairings I'm doing. I'm in the middle of kind of getting the breeding plans set up in Husbandry Pro, but I've done my first 5 pairings of the year, and these males are going to 2 or 3 females each. Looks like 3. And then I've got another 5 males that I haven't paired up yet. And so I'll probably have 20 to 25 clutches this next season, which is a lot for me. That's a big jump for me.
Yeah.
That's a big jump. How many did you do last season?
Probably 6.
Oh yeah, that's a big jump.
Yeah, that's going to be a real big jump.
Yeah.
Nice.
But that'll set you up in the future too, though, for your holdbacks, like, stuff you want to use to advance, especially with 20, 26 clip pairings. And that's if they all go too,
That's if they all go. That's right. And a lot of them are just getting up to size, like stuff I bought a few years ago, and they're just now getting up to size. And so that's why the big jump, right? Because I bought most of these animals around the same time.
That happened to me last year. I actually doubled my production and went from like 5 to 13.
That's
Just
awesome.
because everything was ready.
Would you damn, I lost my question.
My bad, DJ. My bad,
I lost
DJ.
my no, you was good. You was good. It was in reference to the clutches, but I lost the question. Like, damn. Somebody else asked another question. It'll come back to me when I reach this one.
All right.
All right, how big of a collection do you want to get to, and where is your collection at right now?
With all the different animals and species I have, I probably have about 150. But I probably have 100 ball pythons. I could support a pretty large collection in this basement. I bought this house because of the basement. It's like, I was like, that's great. It's got other rooms and everything, but this basement I gotta have, and it's really big, and it's got a lot of room for racks, but I'm in no hurry. I just want the right snakes. I sort of already made the mistake where I bought a bunch of animals before I knew what I was doing, and that collection I've sold. So, I think a lot of us do this at folks that tend to hobby real hard, we tend to buy a lot of animals, and we get excited, and we buy this and this and this and this, and without really a strategy. And so I did that initially. And so I've had to sell off that, got in a good Patreon, learned a lot from Billy, and sort of changed how I bought. Now I'm buying a lot more carefully, and a lot more thought goes into buying. So I'm not out there just constantly, grabbing snakes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I went through that personally. I know that I bought snakes that were pretty, and I'm like just buying snakes. Didn't have no intentions on pairing it yet. I just think of it down the road type deal, and like you said, that collection's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many shows do you plan on doing this year to get some of that byproduct out? Right. I mean, that's the plan too, right?
Yeah, probably 4 or 5.
Okay.
I'm interested in Palm Street. What's up, Mike?
That app's awesome.
Yeah. I went to St. Louis last week to the NARBC specifically to see Palm Street and to see how it works, to watch people do it, talk to the company. So that was really fun. And I got to talk to a lot of people. I wasn't able to watch, I guess, Proper Royals did one, Adam, a couple nights ago. I think someone else did one a couple nights ago. But they're starting to onbreed snake people now on board. Starting to onboard snake people.
I'm a plant guy. That's how I knew about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the auction app?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can
It's
buy.
crazy.
There's listings too. I mean, you can buy. There's actual ball python listings on there right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I think that's what Mike was promoting when he was out there.
Super easy to use.
He has. I think this Thursday he's having a whole live about it, and he's asking questions with the lady.
I'm glad people have found this app.
Yeah.
We'll have all answers answered on the Herp Collectors Network Thursday night. I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
Awesome.
Shout out to Mike, man. Shout out to Mike.
So there's this huge affinity between these two groups, plant people and snake people, reptile people. There's a real affinity there. You're starting to see it in all our shows, like the All American, Reptile Plant Expo. All the Bob's Southeast Reptile Expo has plants.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, I don't know. Maybe not so much for ball python breeders, but for other species. You want plants?
It might have a lot to do with the bioactive world. Like a lot of people wanting to see more natural setups.
Tomorrow night. My bad.
Yeah.
I knew I see you for it.
Yeah. Yeah, so they'll have invertebrates and stuff like that too. You bet.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
The app is super easy to use.
Yeah. Do you have
That's one
any?
thing I really like about it.
Do you keep anything inside of tanks for like a visual appearance, or is all of your animals in wax?
Yeah, I have sort of a halfway point. I've got my 85 series tubs, which are plastic on the front, clear plastic on the front. They're really big. So I have a lot of my animals in those. Like I have all my short tails in those. And then I have focus cubed habitats, Evo, for my emerald tree boa, and I'm getting more of them for my carpets. My carpets are getting an upgrade to some focus cubed habitats.
Okay.
So yeah,
all of this is in the basement.
yes, sir. It's a big
Damn,
ass basement.
That's a big ass basement.
When
How
about
do you?
like how many grams or what size or whatever do you move your carpets up to focus cube?
They're
'Cause I
pretty
know,
small
like-
still. You saw how small that jungle was, right?
That was
It's just
small.
getting upgraded. Yeah,
That
that was a
was-
small
Yeah.
jungle.
Yeah,
That's a small one.
They get pretty big.
No, I was saying, do they get like boas, like girthy or paws?
Yeah.
Or do they just? They
Yeah,
do?
I mean, not. They'll get big.
Yeah.
They
Or-
get 8,
or
9
big-
feet long
or-
too.
Okay. What I was saying, like, okay, well, bigger than ball pythons, like like an adult ball python, like a male adult
Yes.
ball python. Okay.
Yeah, they get
Pretty cool.
longer.
Pretty cool.
You bet.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I
Nice.
think I wanted a
So-
carpet python at one point.
once you get all that set up, you think they'll be big enough to move them into that?
Yes. I mean, they're ready now. They can use it now. I've already taken some Bredli and put them into the bigger, the 85 series tubs,
Okay.
that are pretty deep and they're huge and gives them a lot of space, but not
Somebody
enough,
was asking if you
not
had
enough
those earlier.
verticality. Yeah. But it's not the proper enclosure for these carpets. I'm needing to fix my situation. So I'm using Focus Cube for that.
I understand that.
Jared was asking what racks like ARS or Freedom Breeder and stuff like that do you have? He said he been
I use
having-
ARS. I use Freedom Breeder for my rats, and I use ARS for the snakes. Freedom Breeder, I like their rat racks better than ARS's, and they're stainless steel. And in that environment, I really appreciate the stainless steel.
Okay.
In my snakes, I don't really care about stainless steel so much.
Makes sense.
Gotcha.
I can see that.
So outside of the ball pythons, which species that you currently keep would you say would be the easiest in terms of maintenance, like the temperament and all of that type of stuff?
I'll show you.
That man just walked off into the abyss.
This
wow.
is a Dumeral's boa.
Boomer.
Oh,
Gee,
okay.
that's nice.
Almost. Is it red?
It's
That's
right.
nice.
very orange and peachy.
That's dope. How old is it?
About 3 years.
Oh wow. Man, this little switch shit he doing, and man, every time he switched, I be like, God damn, I need that.
I'm definitely a fan of Doom Rules.
Yeah, that's crazy. Every time.
So-
Yeah, they remind me of Gaboon Vipers.
He said, "Let's go."
Yes. It's really, they're the easiest in every way. They're the easiest to feed. They're not picky eaters. They're the easiest to clean. They don't make a huge mess. They're easy to handle. They're ground boas, so they do great in these 85 series tubs. Yeah, I'm really excited about these. I have 3.3 of these, and they're going to start breeding. This isn't my orangest one. I've got one
wow.
that's even a higher orange than this.
I'm working on a breeding pair, and the female is like super orange. I'm
That's
trying to
great.
get them. I'm trying to get them.
That's great.
Yeah.
Are Doomers typically expensive? Are they expensive?
Not really.
Not
I mean,
really.
not in ball python terms. $800 maybe,
Okay. Not
something
bad.
Yeah,
like
usually
that.
anywhere from like 4 to 8 somewhere, depending on who's selling them.
Yep.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
I was looking into getting a doom rule before I got my BCI, but at the time I could not find them at all.
Right.
Yeah.
They're getting more popular. Clint's Reptiles did a video on them, and he really felt like they should be the number one.
I seen that.
You know, it's a great video.
No, doom rules are not normally that red.
Yeah, like he was saying, it was like number one all around, not just large breed, just overall the number one pet snake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're great.
I love them. It'd be better for kids than the ball python. You know, you don't have to worry about whether or not you're going to thaw out a rat and whether or not it's going to take it or go in the trash. You know, you don't have to worry about that with these guys.
No,
like
they're
garbage
routine on those.
And you can see they're very active to handle.
Yeah, and it's small.
They just don't bite.
It ain't doing too much neither. It's just, you know.
Yep.
That's another snake that wiggles its tail to attract food.
Does it?
Oh,
yeah, it does.
I never noticed that.
Yep.
I just thought he liked me.
He might have wanted to eat you a little bit.
My mentor bred them for a while, and they'd bury themselves right into the cocoa completely, and you would just see their tail wiggling out and just wiggling.
Big double L, what up?
So you said you breed your own rodents, right?
Yes, I do.
So do you feed live? I heard you just say that you can feed it frozen thawed. So do you feed live to your whole collection, or do you?
For ball pythons, I do. There's some that prefer not to take live, and so some I will do fresh killed or frozen thawed. But most of them I feed live, just because I've got a process to keep them safe. I've got a process that I follow, and I know I can do it responsibly without anybody getting hurt. And so once I figured out that process, and once I figured out the pace and a cadence for feeding, I need to do live for me to be able to feed this many as fast as I need to be able to feed them, and not have to kind of coax them for 5 minutes each one, you know. And they seem to like it. Honestly, I think it's a form of enrichment. You know, it's like these animals were only born to do 3 or 4 things, you know, and hunt is one of them. And
I got called a dummy when I said that I feel like live feeding is a form of enrichment.
Well, I mean, they look at them. Look at what happens during feeding time. Are they interested?
Yep.
Hell yeah. How is not giving them what you know you want versus giving them plastic plants that you don't know they want?
Yeah.
Do they go crazy when you give them plastic plants? You know, this is like the easiest call for enrichment you could ever see. That you could possibly make. Even you don't have to feed live to enrich them. They love feeding. It's like they live for it. So, you know, you got to feed them. It's just a matter of whether or not you can responsibly feed them live and what you can source.
We had a question. So, Mission was saying he assumed that it's live birth. I assume that too because it's the boa.
Yeah, live birth.
About how many babies on average do they normally have? You know.
Good question. I don't know. Haven't bred them yet.
Okay.
But I don't know.
When my mentor bred his, I think there was 16 or 17 babies.
Wow.
Y'all make sure y'all go vote for Darren too in the Fat Man Nation contest.
I'm getting my vote in every day.
Sloan Morse.
He's killing it. He's in like the top 3.
Let's go.
Yeah. Darren makes it his business to send me that link every day, and I just repost it for him in every group
I
chat.
know if the 22 people watching, excluding Darren, voted for him, he'd have 21 more votes.
Exactly.
right.
There it is right there.
I've been voting for him too.
So when you're
It's
picking
hard
out
though, because there's a
your,
lot of good people out there this year.
Yeah,
it
there really
is.
are. It's like 21.
Yeah.
So Darren, I want you to know if you win,
Yo, we ride or die with
you
you,
gotta,
Darren, just so you know.
yeah, you gotta shout us out if you win, Darren, or when you win. When you win, you gotta shout us out.
yeah, we need
How dare you?
Dylan is a bully, bro. Dylan is the snake bully, bro.
It's okay.
That's the menace
I'm
crew.
used to
It's either puzzle, Burns, or banner. Not you just gotta stop talking whenever Dylan's around. He has to stance on
when you pick
things.
out,
Oh yeah, 319's in it too. That's why he said I can't vote for Darren.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Is he? Oh.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. If he had, I just go with whoever sends me the link first. That's who I vote for that day. I'm just being honest. So many people
Facts.
I
so when you pick your different
As soon as
species,
somebody in the chat says vote for it.
facts. So when you pick your different species, do you pick based on locality? Do you pick based on what you like, or do you pick based on husbandry?
That's a great question.
I know.
I haven't added any species in a while. And I think it's usually because of one of those three things. Either I'm not down with the husbandry it would take, or what kind of enclosure it would need or something like that. I have a little bit of everything, honestly. I have some BCIs, a few, not many. I have like 4 or 5 BCIs, and then I have some BCCs. I have a breeding pair of Guyana boas. I've got some Sumatrans, or not Sumatrans, Surinams.
Okay.
And I like something different about all of them, honestly. But honestly, with Doomerals, it was just sort of love at first sight. I saw them at an Atlanta Repticon, and I just couldn't handle them. They were just amazing. I couldn't handle it, so I ended up coming away with like 3, and then I bought another 3 from someone else.
Yeah.
That's enough for the subject.
Is there any of your species you have that is you're just a keeper with no plans on breeding?
Yeah. So I have a Sanzinia male, and I might just sell him actually, because I just don't think I have the passion it takes to breed him.
So anybody that's looking here, there you go.
What's the plan with the emerald?
Keep it alive. He refuses to eat. So he refuses to eat, and he's just a pet, and we manually feed him. It's pretty gross what we have to do to feed him. We have to make little rat smoothies. It's a multi-step process. You got to gas them, and then you got to blend them, and it's the worst. It's the worst. And then try to feed it. It's nasty. And so if we didn't do that, he wouldn't get any nutrition. We also give him Da Vinci Boa supplement, but he just won't eat. And I've got a good vet and everything, and we're trying to. He thinks it's because there's a piece of bone stuck in there from like a year ago.
Oh, good.
And we're trying to get that thing to dissolve by giving him some real food, and he just refuses to eat anything.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
I had an animal for 2 days. Pretty awesome animals.
You had it for like 2 hours.
It was 2 days. That was the burn. I had the burn for 6 hours. Are there any species that you won't keep based on size, just restrictions, or you're just not interested?
Restrictions here: can't have berms, can't have retics. And I really think that's a different setup. It's a different mentality. It's a different everything for me. So I'm saying that in front of Dylan, who's got them all. But The Sanzinia, Dylan, it's about 5 feet long. Not very old. I'd bring him out, but all he's going to do is piss on me. So
Bring him
I
out.
won't bring him out.
And then
He
they said,
hates being handled.
did you get it from
You
Ian
can take a
Vessel?
picture later. And send it to him.
No, I didn't. I got him from. I can't think of the name. Can't think of the name right now. Sorry,
That's cool.
but good guy.
Yeah, them folks, so
Nice.
they trying to get that Sanzania. Like,
Yeah,
so many different
it
animals.
looks like.
Yeah, I
They
don't
are
need that. I'm about to
nice.
Google it. I'm about to Google it real quick.
Especially when they're Neos, they're super, super cool looking.
Amazing.
So
And he
it's a
still does
three-roller?
great. He's the Westerns. I know the Easterns are more desirable, but I like the Westerns because I like the coloration and the pattern. So yeah,
Well,
man.
they could be more desirable, but they ain't nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
How do you feel about heights?
I could try to see if I can get him out. He hates it. We'll see if I end up having to change my shirt.
You got blowed up this morning.
Oh,
That's nice.
that shit looks scary as hell.
You do
Well,
it.
he's about to show you one in real life. Let's go.
I can't
Find ball pythons all the time.
I can't find my hook.
Dylan said,
I'm not touching him without a hook.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. Dylan said if you're interested, maybe maybe he's something somebody in the room. He'll pee on you. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, man. They're phenomenal. They're stunning animals. They're phenomenal. They're just, I have a helper, and she does a lot of my care for my animals, and she won't go near them. I like them. I'll pick them up and stuff, but I don't have a vision for it. I don't want like 5 of them, and I don't want to breed and make babies and then try to sell them and learn that angle of the husbandry. I just think it's better for someone else to do it rather than me, honestly.
That's fair.
So you don't think you just keep it as a pet?
I might, just because he's so beautiful. Definitely wouldn't.
That was another
And they're
question.
expensive. They're like $2,500, $3,000 or something like that.
Yeah, they're not
Damn.
cheap.
Whoa.
Damn.
Hold on just a second. Hey, do you know where the hook is?
Yeah, I was gonna
Everyone
ask
say
you
hi to
that.
Emma.
Hi, Emma.
Hey.
Hi.
She's a rock star. Some of you got to meet her in Daytona. Banna,
think
did you
I
meet
did.
Emma in Daytona? Yeah.
I think so.
I think I did too.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
We brought
I
her
was
to
gonna
Daytona
ask
with
you,
us.
Are you the only person that takes care of your animals, but you just said that you have a help?
I have to have help. I broke my back, about a year and a half ago. And if I didn't have help, I'd be screwed,
Oh, man, shout out to Emma.
And I like to occasionally, thank you so much. All right. Wish me luck.
All right. Do it for the vine.
I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, you're gonna do it. Do it for the vine.
I ain't gonna do it.
All right.
Motherfucker.
He bit you.
He's on good.
Oh man.
We fed in
Damn.
here earlier.
Oh.
But isn't he gorgeous?
Oh, yeah.
But isn't he gorgeous? I'm so sorry that you got bit, Greg.
That's all right.
Damn.
Oh,
I think that you might be the first person that ever got bit on our show. First time.
How's it feel?
That's crazy.
It feels like a day at the spa. Feels great.
No, that's pretty.
Oh, he's really on there too.
Yeah, he's on there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
more
that's-
worried about him than me, honestly,
Well, yeah, but
because he might could lose some teeth.
Yeah.
trying to get them off.
Well,
No, I like
we
that,
joke
though,
about it,
because
and it happened.
Yeah,
I
facts.
mean,
I tried to
this-
hook tap him and everything, but we were feeding in here earlier, and I just think that was too much for him.
Probably
so
was
what's
still hungry.
worse? The
Dylan
bite
said
Yeah.
you just need to
or
nibble on his tail.
Oh, you want me to do that?
He said, "Yeah, let go."
And I kind of I almost feel responsible for this.
No, it's okay, guys. It's part of the deal, right?
He's a
Yeah,
great
he's
He's a great
feeder.
feeder.
Let's just- But look at that pattern, right?
Yeah, these things
Yeah,
are
no, it's
gorgeous.
sick. It's sick. It's crazy. Yeah,
Man.
that's dope.
Hey,
said
you.
it's not a
Dylan said I'm dead
He's
serious.
just going
It's
in
not a
more.
joke.
Yeah, he's like real
said,
ass. Like
Dylan-
seriously, do it. He's gonna let go.
The
Damn.
funny thing is, I could see Dylan doing that.
Nibbling on the tail. Nibbling
Hey,
on the
if
tail.
it was me, and Dylan said nibble on his tail, I'm serious, y'all would see me like it. I'm getting that dude up off me.
Bosa said, Craig gonna be mad at. He said, "Motherfucker."
Hey, but
Oh shit.
he was so chill with it though.
All right, crisis averted.
I'll spare the close-ups for anyone who might be sensitive to the blood.
Oh yeah.
Damn. That's crazy.
Well.
It's Brian's fault. You gotta blame Brian. It's Brian's fault.
I'm
the
like
one
I
that put
said,
my hand in a Sanzinia cage.
yeah, but it's not just you. Like I taunt everybody that's on the show about getting bit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
I
kinda
don't
feel like
think
it's my
many
fault.
people would. I don't think many people would have done that though. Like just especially when you know the animal that's more than likely to bite you. I don't think a lot of people.
Well, you got to show it to people, or what's the point, right? What's the
Yeah,
point of having this if you
what's
can't
the
show it
point
to
of
people
having
and
it?
share it? Got to show.
I'm
Yeah,
glad
'cause
I can grab
I've never-
the perch.
Yeah, because I've never seen that before neither. So I appreciate it. That was
Pause,
definitely-
Dylan. Pause yourself.
I said it way bigger words.
Pause.
Dylan, you just nibbling on snakes, man. Just nibbling, huh? No pause, all Diddy, huh?
The nibbler.
Oh man.
Nah, that's
So-
pretty funny. No,
Oh,
actually,
man.
I like that because it actually shows the true characteristics of how these animals actually
Hey, Bosa, go.
are.
I don't have it no more, Bosa.
Yeah, for the people who are like terrified of animals, of snakes, I should say, they would have freaked out off of that. But just a simple, cool, calm, and collective way that you were, you were still able to push through to actually show the animal. That definitely shows that these animals are not as dangerous as people make them out.
Yeah, I mean, he's got his mouth on you and his teeth are in you, and wasn't going to get any worse, right?
No.
The only thing it could do is get better, and it's happened so many times to me before where I've gotten bit. It's when we panic that it gets bad. We make bad decisions and how to do it. We don't have the patience. They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out that you're not food fast enough. He definitely thought I was food.
Look at Rich. Look at Rich. You see how messed up the people that we call friends are, bro? They tune in just to watch you bleed. They tune in just to watch you hurt, just to watch you get bit. Y'all
Yeah,
are
I'll show the wound, but I'm warning everybody: if you have syncope or whatever it's called, don't look. All right, here we go.
I try to one up you, but I only got a ball python that'll bite me.
Oh damn, he bit you in between the two.
Oh
good
man,
fingers.
Good gosh!
And then he caught both fingers.
I don't feel any teeth in there, so I was able to get them out. They.
This was all education, though. What do we learn from this?
I want to know, how did you get it off of you? Did it just let go? Or did
Well,
you have to,
I thought that was a good
wiggle?
idea to start messing with his tail. I started unwrapping the tail a little bit, and that sort of does make him think, well, what am I going to do? Am I going to really try to take this meal, or am I going to take care of myself?
Yeah.
And
losing its anchor probably freaks it out.
Yeah, and so his mouth started loosening up a little bit, and then I was able to sort of extricate my fingers. But you have to push forward, right? Because their teeth go backwards.
Backwards, yeah.
So you have to push forward on each one to get it out.
Nice. I never even
Glad to be a first on your show, guys.
It definitely is.
What did you say, Brandon?
Like that's pretty smart. Like I always assumed if I get bit, I'm gonna hurt the animal more because I'm a yank. You know what I mean?
That's right.
What you're just saying that me yanking would actually pull teeth out versus me just letting it happen and figuring it out.
Yep.
Man, you
Take it like a man.
Hold on, man, pause. You got them damn welding gloves, so I don't even want to hear that.
Yeah.
I have not used the welding glove.
Ball python hatchlings aren't that dangerous.
The last time I used the welding gloves was for the ASF. That's the last time I used the welding gloves.
Exactly. That was the last show. So if y'all haven't seen it, y'all go check out the last show. Brandon was definitely on some other shit. It was definitely funny.
Totally different. ASF chew. This thing just grabbed him and was just hanging on.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
When he dropped it,
he literally was on the floor. Yeah, when he was on the floor, bro. Like I'm not gonna see. I dropped the sandball by accident. It came off the hook. You literally threw the damn ASF almost. Well, how did the ASF end up on the floor? Did it jump off your head?
I don't know.
I gotta go back and watch because I don't know. I thought he just dropped it, but I don't know.
He reached back and bit me. So
I just remember him running around the room trying to catch it.
Scrambling for ASF. It said ASF on the loose.
Do you feed Norwegian or ASF?
Have to feed Norwegian. We're not allowed to have ASF, and I don't want to really expose myself to liability or my helpers. So doing Norwegians straight up.
Nice.
No desert field mice.
No colossal mice.
Yeah, colossal mice and all that. Do any of your other species eat like birds, quail? Like, can you feed them anything outside of just the Norwegians?
Yeah. So I keep quail for my olive pythons, which is another kind of Australian breed. And
I feel like you mentioned those earlier.
Yeah, I probably didn't. So I've got one that is just a pet. Repping the project there. I've got an olive python who's a male that won't grow very much because he'll only eat quail, baby quail.
I feel like you gotta go back and watch it. I think he did. It was.
I did. I had to. It was on the floor. I had to get it.
You know what's funny? No, keep going. I think I can find a clip of it and I can clip it and put it on here. I'm gonna figure it out in a second. Hold on.
Of an olive python, or of
Brandon. Brandon.
They're talking about. So I had an ASF and.
But you said, how many do you have?
That's what was happening. I was trying to sex him. How many olive pythons do you have?
3.
3. Nice. 1.2.
Do you normally get snakes in 3? Do you normally get them in 3s?
No, I got 1.1 of these, and the male just wouldn't grow. Because of his preferred diet, and I've tried everything. I've tried scenting it. I've tried doing a lot of stuff to get them on mice or rats, and then I've got 2, a male and a female. I had to get another snake to breed, because if you try to pair a smaller male with a big female olive, she'll eat the male.
Oh, wow.
So I couldn't put him. He was way smaller than she was growing, so I had to get an established male, which was a cousin to the female anyway. And so I got an established male from the same breeder, and they're now the same size. So I'm back on a breeding plan where I can grow them up to be big enough to breed.
We can have those in Florida.
Dylan said, have you tried the training technique?
I don't know what he means. Maybe like target training? I don't know.
It's a gamble.
Do I
Dylan.
look like I know how to train snakes?
And then and then we'll ask if you're in the market and find the exact snake you're looking for, and you can choose the ASF eater or a Norwegian eater. Which are you buying? Yet again, not about what's better.
Yeah, that's a great question, Will. I think there was a time when a lot of people would see ASF on Morph Market, as the feeder type and not buy it because they're afraid that they'd never get it on Norwegians. More and more I hear that's less of an issue and not really an issue. I buy a lot of snakes from Billy Rose, for example, and Mutation Creation, and they all are raised on ASFs. I've never had any give me a problem. Like I've bought a lot of snakes from them and they don't give me problems. So I think I would take whichever was the better snake, regardless of what their feeder is.
Okay.
I think
For ball pythons.
what Dylan was saying with the training method is like, I've seen it on YouTube before. So they take the animal and as it's eating, they take the other animal that they want to switch it to and put it at the back. So while it's eating, it'll just keep going all the way and take the other.
Yeah, and we used to have to try to assist feed him pinkies and stuff like that when he was really small, and it wasn't going. It wasn't working. And we've never got him at all interested in that. So I'm happy to feed him quail. I don't care if he gets big or not. I just want to make sure he's getting the food he needs,
At least it's alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it seems like you like the larger breed snakes, and ball pythons are more like your projects in terms of what can I make this thing look like. Where your other species are, I just like them.
Right. Except for the blood pythons, they're very similar to the ball pythons with the morphs and everything, but it's a different thing. Yeah. I think there's just a joy in keeping some of these animals and learning what makes them tick and having them and handling them and caring for them. And it's good to have a little variety, in my opinion, just because this stuff gets very daily, I mean, the work is hard and it's gross, and it takes time. And so I think there's a real case for, enriching you by having some variety,
I enjoy having display animals personally.
Mm-hmm.
That makes
what?
it duck chondros and stuff like that. It just makes it
Mm-hmm.
more enjoyable to walk into the reptile room.
Yep.
When you can just
Especially
look
when
right
they're
through the
active.
window and see them.
How did you know it was time, like you were ready to learn or get a new species?
Pretty much a year after I started, I sort of ended up with a kind of a Noah's Ark mentality where I got two of everything. And so honestly, there's only one that I feel like I shouldn't have gotten into, and that was the Sanzinias, just because I think it really requires a care and a passion that I just don't have. And I love it, but I don't have a real good answer for why do I have one other than I like it,
So do you watch a lot of YouTube videos or something about the different species before you pick them up, or do you just wing it?
So I haven't made a lot of actual videos about the animals now that you mention it. It's all been about topics, so I do make some videos like when I've got a female on eggs or something like that, or if I've got something special to show, I'll do a reel or post about it and stuff. But the only thing I do on YouTube right now is the Reptile Workshop, which is a podcast I have. And I, don't put them out very often, every month or two. and it's been a while since I put out the last one. But it's designed to just answer particular questions. And it's not really an animal showcase, but it's a good question. I probably should show the animals off more than I do.
So how did it come about with joining Billy on his podcast?
Oh, this is a great story, actually. And because he calls me one day and he's sort of going on a tangent and I can't see where he's going with it. And then he said, man, when I think about who I would want to do my podcast with me, who has all the experience, all the kind of the production quality, the kind of, the way they are with the guests, man, my first pick is Adam from Proper Royals. Which is true, but I thought all this time he was buttering me up, right? So when I think about my ideal, it's really someone else. But it was great because I feel that way about Adam too, frankly. But he didn't want to have anyone who already had a podcast,
Right.
Okay.
so Adam already had a podcast and he wanted someone who didn't have like a regular gig.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
To be a sidekick. I think it was because of just the availability. So I said, I'll be your sidekick. He asked me if I would do it, of course, and I said, sure, I'll do it. And then 2 hours later, we were on there, or like an hour later, we were live. So that's how that happened.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that was just like right away, huh? Like,
Yeah.
hey, you're in.
That's all.
See you
But
in
I
an
think
hour.
what he was trying to tell me is he's like, I want someone in the style of Adam, which I can't do his style, but I knew what he meant,
Yeah.
and so that was great. I told that story to Adam at Tinley. He loved it.
That's crazy. That's
So, as
crazy.
a content creator, snake breeder, what attributes do you feel lean you more to your clientele? Do you feel like people would more come to you for your content creation side or more for your animals?
I mean, I really want it to be about the animals, but I'll take what I can get, like I'm happy to help people with this thing because I think a lot of people want the help to be content creators themselves. A lot of people want the knowledge. And so, but ultimately my goal is that people will know me for the snakes. Right.
You got to show them snakes, man. You got to show
Yep.
them snakes.
And so exactly. And so, in the meantime, when I've been just getting through my learning how to breed and getting my first clutches under my belt and my first year's breeding, this next year is when I really have to make it more about the snakes because I'm going to have stuff to sell this next year. I'm going to have a lot.
I agree.
So what is your typical Tuesday, because we know that you're on with Billy on Mondays, what's your usual Tuesday to Sunday look like?
I'll usually try to think. I try to be on as many of these lives as I can and watch them and take in the content and support creators. I'm no Bosa, but I try.
It's a full-time job.
Or
We
Banna, yeah.
convinced ourselves that he's an octopus and just operates 8 devices at
Most-
once.
You see
Bro,
these
most of them like
guys-
Batman, bro.
Plus,
He's like
it's way
Batman.
better
I think
than
he
me.
just
He be
I think
popping
he
up
just
on
got-
TikTok and everything.
Yes. Yes,
He's
most
got
of
all
them-
these screens.
Way worse
He's probably
than me.
on Tim TikTok right now.
Looking like what's that movie? Where they could tell the future before you committed a crime.
Yeah.
He's out there moving screens around.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's doing this.
This must be somebody else from
Yeah,
Brandon.
King, that's my nephew.
Bosa says
Oh,
me
okay.
and my staff.
That's my nephew.
But I have another company where we build software for retailers, and me and my son, and so we do that, and that's what pays the bills. And have a lot of hobbies, which I don't do so much anymore. But But yeah, I think during the week I think about what topic I want to talk about the following week, and I start to get some ideas, and I run stuff by Nikki and Kurt, and I talk to some other folks, run some ideas by them, and then I'll write a script, and then I'll polish it, and then I'll send it off to people and say, what do you think? Am I right? Because the first thing I want to make sure is that I'm not putting crap out there that's not true, so
That's
my
right.
number one question is it true?
Yeah.
And then or at least true for enough people that it would help somebody, that would make a difference. And then usually on Sunday afternoon, I'll go through the recording process, and then I'll edit it Sunday evening, and then be done with it by Monday.
Nice. Makes sense.
I got one more question for you.
Yeah.
I've
then
heard
we'll
the
have
story. I've heard the story, but could you tell the story of how you came up with your name?
Oh, yeah. So it's an old gamer tag of mine, Bash Coder. And it was a gamer tag because I actually was a Bash coder. I can actually code in a language called Bash. So it's a little on the nose. But I also had friends that were in a band called Bash and the Code. And so it was a nod to them. And so it just sort of stuck with me. I used it on so many games, and then when I put out a record, I needed that to be under Bash Coder, and then I couldn't think of anything else other than that to do for that, and so it just became natural here. I really felt like I needed to make it say Bash Coder Reptiles,
Nice.
but it's like because what the heck does Bash Coder have to do with reptiles, right? And so, if you need a mental image, think of like DNAs being smashed together. I don't know. But yeah, it sort of just was something I grew used to, and people got used to calling me Bash and stuff like that, and so I just took it on as my reptile name.
Very cool.
That's dope. That's dope. Man, are you ready?
Oh man.
What?
So we got a segment of the show that we named "Walk That Plank."
Okay.
Where she pretty much asks you questions, and it's kind of like this and that, this or that, or whatever. So she's gonna ask you a series of questions, and you're gonna pretty much answer to the best of your ability. No wrong answer, but it just pretty much seeing how you would decide on things if it was up to you.
All right,
So
I'll do my best.
Great. I'm gonna remove everybody else except for you and Ben.
Oh man.
All right. I'm ready.
Sorry.
It's all right. Thanks, John.
I have certain paper I was trying to look for.
Are we just 2 subs away from 500 subs?
I think
Let's
so.
go, guys. You can be the one to put it over the top. Also hit that like button. Two subs away.
Okay. What's your favorite genre of music?
Jazz.
Who's your favorite jazz artist?
I'd probably have to say Herbie Hancock.
Window seat or aisle seat?
Window seat. Got to have something to lean up against.
Is there a certain species of animal that you don't have but you still want?
I would think maybe Boland's, but probably not. I think I'm good.
Gotcha. Glass half empty or half full kind of guy?
100% full, just half water, half air.
City or country?
Country.
Where's somewhere that you want to travel you haven't been?
I'd like to go to Russia. I've been to Ukraine and some of the surrounding areas, but I'd like to visit Russia. I love the food, I love the language, love the people.
Do you know any of it? Like, can you speak some?
Немного.
That's cool.
Я не понимаю по-русски.
You got a little bit, you know, a
Yeah.
little bit. Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's cool. If you could time travel, would you go to the past or to the future?
I'd want to say future, but I'm such a regretter. I'd probably want to go back and fix something. So probably back. I need to not be a regretter, but I sometimes do.
Yeah. Animals or people?
People.
Do you wear a bag or a fanny pack when you go out on your daily outing?
Nope, no man purse. Nope. Just pockets.
Sorry, DJ. And do you say soda or pop?
Soda. It's a regional thing, I think.
That's it.
Awesome. Whew.
That is so funny. What you mean? What you mean? Sorry, I don't have a man purse. It's a merce. It is a merce, and it has my never mind. I ain't gonna say what it is on TV. I mean on YouTube. I'm not about to incriminate myself on here. Nah, man.
Probably the same thing I keep in mind.
Yep, it's more than likely.
You said you like plants.
Yeah, run up on me. Run up on me if you want to. You're gonna be meeting God in heaven. Oh,
From a man with a man purse.
Yeah. Explaining how did you get here? I ran up on the wrong person. He had a purse, and I thought he was. Oh, okay. But I have multiple man. Look. I have multiple man bags. One made by Red Line.
Oh yeah.
That don't
find out
surprise
the
me at
hard
all.
way. Facts. But
I had to buy a new one.
Facts. Craig, let everybody know where they can find you, and then remind them again about the social media group and stuff like that. The chat,
On Instagram, it's one word, Bash Coder. On YouTube, you go to youtube.com/bashcoder to see the Reptile Workshop. And yeah, I do reels and shit. So yeah.
Check them out.
You should get on TikTok. Like you would make.
Yeah, I think you would be dope on TikTok.
You'd be pretty.
You'll be I think you'll be very, very good on TikTok, especially when it came to like quick little video, the hit it and quit it, pause or whatever. I don't know if that's even a pause moment, but yeah, when it came to those quick reels, I think you'll definitely be great on TikTok.
I'll consider it.
And you can go up to 3 minutes on TikTok.
Yeah. But I do want to give you your flowers, bro, because you definitely made a big impact especially when it comes to the media side of things.
Really?
And you definitely been, make a lot of people. No, he made a lot of people step their shit up. Reels and shit is a new podcast. Reels and shit. But no, you definitely, I definitely appreciate the influence you have. I definitely appreciate being a part of the whole Reptile AV chat. You definitely learn new things every day. You, Mike from Hurt Collectors, and all the other people that that are in there that are definitely tech savvy when it comes to all that. So I definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate you coming on here tonight. I know you're getting better. You know what I'm saying? As far as like you were a little under the weather earlier in the week, but I appreciate you still coming out and doing the show and gracing us with your presence, showing off these amazing animals that you have, man. Because I didn't know about all those species. I know Banner does, but I didn't know about all the extra species and stuff that you had. So that
I
was
didn't
dope
know
to see
he
those.
about the olives
Yeah,
though.
that took me
Oh,
by
okay.
surprise.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So to see that, and to see that it's a lot of people. I feel like a lot of viewers and people that come and check out these podcasts, they think it's just a ball python podcast, but we're a reptile podcast. So where any animal is welcome, any breeder of any kind is welcome. Anybody that, as long as you're making some type of stride in our hobby to where we're making the hobby better, whether it be educational or anything like that, we always want to do it to where our mark is left by having this information out there for the new people that's coming in, and they can see, okay, oh damn, that was cool, like and they just ball pythons all the time that they might see at shows. So, I just want I definitely appreciate you coming out and doing that for us tonight. Um,
My
Chat,
pleasure.
I appreciate. Thank you, Chat. I appreciate y'all for coming out, working on getting us to 500. We are at 499, which is so crazy to me
Let's
that we're
go.
one away. But I do need something from you all. I do need everybody. I do need everybody to turn the playlist on and just let it play in the background when you're cleaning racks or anything. You know what I'm saying? We still got to get the watch hours up. We are under, I think we're
Yeah.
250, under 250 hours is needed to hit, what we need to hit, which is 3,000. So I know we can do it. Shout out to Shauna, because Shauna definitely damn near knocked down a chunk of hours, bro. For the last week or two, bro, Shauna, I see it. And please comment, bro. If y'all comment under the video, that definitely makes a difference because it helps. It
Yep.
helps the algorithm. If you don't know, it definitely helps the algorithm. And Shauna definitely leaves a comment every time. Replay game, hashtag replay game. I appreciate it. But before we slide, y'all got anything y'all want to add?
I just appreciate Craig coming
Oh
on,
yeah,
man. It was a
we're gonna
great,
show this
it was a
merch off.
great episode.
Yeah, definitely appreciate you. We're gonna show off this merch before we slide. Shout out to the sponsors and shout out to all the people that send their shirts and all that good. Wiz, you are late, brother. You are extremely late, but I appreciate you. Replay game. But
The
yeah, we're
man
about
got
to show
his
off this
the man got
merch.
his two. He got his 1 minute watch time in.
He got that 1 minute
He
watch. Yeah, Wiz, I'm gonna need you to catch the whole 2 hours so we can get. Hey, no, nah, it's all good, bro. I
Hey,
appreciate it. I know
there's
how it
Good
there's
to
is.
some
see you,
stuff going
Mauricio.
on in this episode. Good information. Somebody
A
got
lot of
bit.
good
I
info.
mean,
Somebody got yeah, man. Hey, and it was not me this time. Look at God. You see how that works? But yeah, before we get up out of here, let's show off this merch. I know Brandon, you ain't got no merch on today, huh?
Nah, man, it's that 9 to 5, boy.
I'm gonna blow
That
you up
9 to
anyway.
repping that
5.
blue collar.
It's that
That
9
blue
to
collar.
5, man.
Yeah, there. Be you up next. You rocking the week.
Oh, we got first off.
Shout out to the bomb Patreon.
Wait, this side, right?
Yeah, there
Yeah,
you
me.
mirrored.
Repping
Yes,
me.
sir. You slacking on the back?
Never.
He's not slacking on the back.
Hey, that logo
Oh,
dope.
Yeah,
That logo dope.
Craig,
got the
you rocking
That's
big
it.
Sugar
H.
Skull.
Yeah, that's a
Oh
dope shirt. That's a
yeah.
dope logo. I
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
it
they
as
great
hit
well.
logo.
those. I want
Yeah, it
that.
is.
Badass and US Arc.
Oh
Let's
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
go.
If y'all are not helping, please make sure y'all donate to USR. They fight for our rights. Man, so we got the bomb Patreon. You still got that damn stick on that hat.
The kids do this. This is what the kids do.
I see. Shout out to Rich at Capital City. Rich ain't slacking on the back, is he?
Nah,
Yes,
he's got a
sir.
dope
Bro,
ass
that logo
scientist.
goes so hard, bro. Pause.
Love it.
And I have Big Double L. Appreciate you for tapping in, brother. And got a rep for the sponsor, Big Bosa. Is there
Bosa.
Bosa
Awesome.
slacking on the back? I ain't even doing all that. But but yeah, like I said, man, once again, definitely give your flowers. Thank you for coming out, Craig.
Of course. Thanks for having me
Replay.
anytime.
Did they say we hit 500? Somebody said we hit 500. Craig got us to
Man,
500. I don't know. I'm trying to refresh my
Uh,
page.
Am I celebrating too early?
If he's still on
Hold
here,
on.
I need everybody in y'all's house to go subscribe to World
Are you
Charisma
crying,
Mechanics.
DJ?
Nah, I'm getting sick too. I'm getting sick too. I was running my nose. But
He's like, you guys, just one more
We
song.
did it. We did it.
so close, so close. But nah, Craig, just hang tight for a sec. What? Brandon,
Yeah,
you
man.
see something I don't see?
Nah, I forgot. You about to hit that
Oh,
time right
he
now.
about to go. He about to go.
Brad
log in
ain't
with
like your
something.
channel yet. He's going to like it right now.
I
Nah,
see.
I just remembered I got like 2 other channels I can go like the channel from. So
But yeah, other than that, this is off the Plizzant. We are out. We definitely appreciate everybody tapping in. And we're gonna run this credits like this here.